to think about this work in terms of its belonging and how we have an artist who's working largely probably outside of a artistic style in which he was trained and used to. These types of gourds would have largely have more geometric motifs, less figures, fewer narrative scenes on them. And so to think about him in terms of his artistic belonging, it's very much kind of outside of that. And you can think of that in two ways. It's both innovation on his part and the ways in which he's able to imagine something new, but then you also think that it can't be separated from the colonial context in which it was produced. He was making these things for visitors to the British Empire exhibition, and those people were buying them. There was money exchanged for this. So you have to play the innovation and kind of artistic coercion are both at play here. And I often like to try to keep it very positive. He was able to find a way to exist within this empire structure. He's able to assert himself as an artist, to find a new way, but it really can't be separated from that kind of monetary exchange that happened. So I think about him belonging to a style and belonging to his place. He's representing Nigeria to these people. How does he want to present his life for non-Nigerians who are visiting the fair? And then I think also about the people who are buying it. They're seeing this most likely as the representation of Nigeria that they have seen. Almost nobody who is going to the fair would have been to Nigeria. And so this is the picture that they are getting. And so I think of it, existing in its next life in the collection of Sir Henry Wellcome, as he had many people who worked for his collection. There could be private visitors who booked tours. So what did it look like for this to be nestled amongst Wellcome's hundreds of thousands of things and thousands of things from Nigeria to then be included as part of the picture that he's curating for himself of Nigeria? And then we just keep going with that. Like, what does it mean for it to be at the Fowler? It had been on view here in 2019. It was part of a large research project that we did. We've been able to use it to think about those colonial markets. So in each way, it really assembles a multi-layered sense of belonging in history, to people, as a representation. And I think it's just really a fantastic example.